Okay, here we're going to start off with our solenoid. Get this guy assembled up here. Well, here's the solenoid as a package. And this guy, put him back up in the hole. It's real hard to see, I know it is. But we'll see what we can do here and get him up into here. And now our plate goes on the bottom. And I put my screws over here. So we won't show you putting it. I won't show you putting in all the screws. But anyway, we'll start to get her into place here. And we'll come back in a minute and tighten all the stuff up. All right, here we have our oil pump. And this can be a real bugger to get into place because he wants to roll around on the cam. So we're going to see what we can do here to get this thing into place. And I think maybe I've got the thread started on it here. And the secret here is to not to over tighten this. Just get her up in here so it's snug. There we go. All right. All right. Now, we can't see this with the. We cannot see this, but I'm going to look up in here and just make sure that I can see this oil pump. Well, I can't watch it turn over because we're in gear. But normally you'd spin the drive shaft and just make sure that oil pump bobs up and down. Now we're fitting our oil pickup, which we only get out of there so that we could have a clearer view. And we're going to try to oh, here's someone looking for a Triumph. Shall we tell them what we really think? No, that's so cruel. Anyway, I'm going to do my best here at getting this guy screwed up into here. There we go. Now our next item is to put the filter screen up into place. Here's our filter screen. Got it all greased up. No gasket goo on this, just grease. Get him up into place. We'll go ahead and put our sump up into place. The grease will hold it at least for a moment. So I can get this guy up here. I hope our picture is still okay with all that welding going on. So I'm not going to show you putting all the screws up into here, but believe me, we're going to do that. Then after this, we're going to fill the gearbox up, and then we're going to go out and test drive it. And by having cleaned it, we're going to believe that we were able to get it so that the hydraulic system could vent, and when we came out of overdrive, that the system would lose its pressure and it would return to direct drive. The problem we were having before is it was stuck between direct drive and sort of going into overdrive. It wasn't all the way in yet, but the hydraulic system had pressurized a little bit. The whole goal here is to get all the junk out of the inside of the system so that it can vent properly, and in so doing, come all the way off and return to direct drive. So we'll show you how the results come out. We're going to get this all tightened up here, fill the gearbox up with oil, and take it out for a test. The Overdrive is a relatively complicated piece of equipment inside our car. Everything else is pretty straightforward. You can look at it, understand real quickly how it works. But every single one of these balls in the side of here is a passageway which has been drilled and then capped off to get cross drillings. Watching how the oil all moves inside this unit, it can play havoc with your attempt to understand it. What we were cleaning out in the one that we just did is at the top of the oil pressure relief valve. There's a vent here which goes up to the which goes back inside the sump, and it was this valve that we were trying to allow to get the oil to come out of, and it worked. So the deal is that about 98% of the time you can get an overdrive to work from underneath, as long as you take it all apart, clean it thoroughly, put new O-rings on it, put it back together after making sure the balls are in the right place. That's it, and we'll look forward to seeing you in our next video.